Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we have for Splatoon 3 as version 1.1 patch is now live. This patch is going to be changing and addressing some of the Splatfest issues and complaints, and more importantly, some of the connection issues that players have been reporting on. We're going to be going over the patch notes thoroughly as Nintendo officially revealed them. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description below for you to check them out for yourselves if you so desire. As of right now, we don't have any confirmation on weapon balance changes or specific numbers. The patch notes don't mention any of that as of right now. When it comes to the Splatfest changes, they mentioned that the rate of tricolor battle occurrences has been adjusted. From the defending team's perspective, they will trigger somewhat less frequently than before. They do specifically specify as well that because this update focuses on the Splatfest related changes and bugs that have significant effect on the game progress, they have been prioritized, but they do keep in mind that tricolor battle frequencies will be adjusted thoroughly going into the future. So if you're not necessarily happy with some of the changes right now, do not necessarily worry. They're going to be addressing this and balancing it as we go forward. Remember, they have 2 full years of post-launch DLC support. When it comes to the player control changes, they mentioned that they fixed an issue where it's possible to jump farther than usual with the squid roll by performing a certain input while charging the squid surge. This is a rather important one since people were abusing that in multiplayer. They also mentioned that they fixed an issue that appeared when playing for a long time without closing the software, such as shots for the player's main weapon not firing correctly. I believe this is part of a data leak also that's been reported for the game as well, so this is something worth keeping an eye on if it kind of resurfaces in the future. They also mentioned that they fixed an issue where the player could move through the surface of the water or stand on water when moving quickly, for example when performing a dodge roll with Splat Dualies. So Splat Dualies has been adjusted in that regard. When it comes to multiplayer, they mentioned that they fixed an issue where the connection errors occurred with high frequency at the end of battles due to the connection environment. Now this one, when it comes to connection issues, there's plenty of changes that they need to do. This is just one of many. They fixed an issue with the blobber where the collision detection for the third and fourth blobs of a single volley became extremely small. The blobber, I believe is what it's actually called, has a lot of issues. So them addressing this is a good way to go about it. They fixed an issue where the crash and experience were not being awarded in certain circumstances when a battle ended early due to lack of players. Rewards need to be handed out. I did notice that we had a couple of draws, but I did not get experience for that. So hopefully they can fix that now. They fixed an issue where in certain modes, a player would be unable to cancel matchmaking when not enough players were gathered. Matchmaking will now be canceled automatically after a certain amount of time has passed, and this is just always good. They fixed an issue in Sturgeon Shipyard in which it was possible to enter the backside of certain drawbridges. I think I saw a clip on Twitter about this as well, so it's good that they addressed it. When it comes to changes in Salmon Run, they mentioned that they fixed an issue where connection errors occurred with high frequency at the end of jobs due to the connection environment. This is the same thing as multiplayer, so they're just continuing to fix that. They fixed an issue with Mudmouth eruption events in which Mudmouths moved in unintended ways. There was also a rather popular Twitter clip for this where they were just kind of like zipping around back and forth. That has been addressed. They fixed an issue that had caused some players with identical titles to be considered ranked supporters and not gain rank points. That is certainly not a good thing. Thankfully, it has been addressed. They fixed an issue with continuously damaging submerging maws with special weapons would cause the game to crash. The submerged maws are always a problem, so them addressing that is a good way to go. They fixed an issue where players were becoming trapped within the stage terrain. I think I've seen this one as well. Good that they fixed it. They fixed an issue where at the end of battle, the amount of Grisco points earned would be shown as smaller in the amount of actually added save data, which causes the player to not control and collect rewards. Not good. Glad that they addressed it. And lastly, they fixed an issue where the messages at the beginning of Wave 3 would be changed based on whether King Salmonoid would appear. So King Salmonoid, a little bit annoying, hasn't necessarily been one of those popular changes, so hopefully them addressing that is good to go. They mentioned that there are some changes to the story mode where post-clear cutscenes can be viewed clearing the final stage again, and in cases where this error occurred, the final stage is treated as cleared and the stage can be skipped in the pause menu when reattempting. They also fixed an issue where clearing the final stage and communication errors would occur, kind of like the other two as well, so they're addressing many connection issues. In the last section, they do mention other changes, that they fixed an issue when starting the game for the first time in which the game could get stuck and not advance to a black screen after the screen where the yellow and blue ink mixed together. And they're talking about the notifications from the music group. They also mentioned that they fixed an issue when downloading a battle replay that occasionally caused a game to not advance. They fixed an issue in which the game would crash when the schedule was updated while attempting to join a friend. They fixed a rare issue where the game would crash while players were visiting the shop. They fixed an issue with the communication error that could occur with players being treated in the shop. And lastly, they fixed an issue where a connection error will occur when buying a weapon. So once again, many connection issues have been addressed, and the Splatfan changes, which you need to remember, are just temporary for now. They're going to be continually addressing that heading into the future. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today. If you are brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.